and these are going to be your 2 classrooms for the harmony program this whole year.
Playing the viola was a big opportunity for me to experience something that I've never experienced before. I used to see all these orchestras play it, and I was interested to play it.
Let's go back to this.
When I took out the violin, it was like my hands were shaking. I was like, what would I do with this?
When I saw the bow, I got a little bit confused.
I really wanted to learn how to play a violin, and now I get to do it.
I was imagining people throwing roses at all of us, catching them all in the air, saying, thank you, thank you.
When our beginner musicians first take the stage, I often make a point of explaining to the audience, even though they might hear what sounds like a very simple melody, that belies the complexity of all that's going on. When children learn to make music, they have learned how to position themselves in their seats and hold their instruments properly, how to produce a tone on the instrument, how to read the written musical notes on the page. They're also listening to their fellow musicians, and they're following the instructions of the conductor, and all of this is happening simultaneously.
We pick up the instrument by the neck.
You can feel the energy from day one when they open their cases and they see their instruments for the first time. And it shifts as they start learning. Now I know 1 note, now I know 3 notes, now I can play a melody. And the excitement goes from, whoa, this is a really cool thing, to look what I can do and look where I can go.
Music can be really hard to learn. If it's just you in a room with the teacher and you have to go home and practice by yourself.
I want to ask you all to give a really, really warm welcome to our friends from New York Philharmonic.
The El Sistema inspired method that Harmony uses makes it a lot more fun.
From the first class I talk about this, that we have an identity as a group.
It's actually the same as D major, but you start on the G string.
It's about the whole, not the individual. So as a class, we're going to grow. We're going to put on a great performance as a class. It's not going to be a look at this guy, but being part of a team.
Music education offers so many analogies and lessons to how you can have a successful life. But one of the most important things is pretty much anything can be mastered if you break it down into very small steps and approach them with proper technique and a lot of diligence.
3, 4.
It takes motivation, there's tons of failure. So it builds up a sense of confidence. You know, learning to fight through the struggles of like, ah, man, I sound terrible, but I want to do this, I want to reach a goal, so I have to keep working through it.
A second key benefit of music education is that it actually works directly on the human brain. It's about language, it's about reading, it's about math.
The bowing also helped me in math, on dividing the bows.
You're breaking the bigger notes into smaller parts and making them equal.
And it also has to do with focus. You have to focus on your music, but you also have to focus on the conductor and concertmaster and everybody else, like your stand partners, and you have to focus on everything at the same time.
And also, I learned to not be shy, just be confident.
To me, harmony makes music as important as learning to speak, learning to write, in the number of hours that the children spend, and the intensity and quality of the education. 10 hours a week makes kids great musicians very, very quickly, and the kids in our orchestras look like New York City. They represent New York City.
The program is committed to providing the students with the quality of equipment and education that they would get in any sort of private program. All of that affects their growth emotionally, educationally, and I can see that in their perception of themselves.
I can actually say that I do something. Like, if without the Harmony program, I would just be sitting here at home watching TV, rotting the brain. But instead, I'm here learning new skills and new songs every single day.
We're going to be grabbing this upper bout of the body,
start off not knowing any kind of music whatsoever. You just learn from the beginning until like 4 years later and you're like a great player.
Harmony has given her something to really be proud of and something that's special to her. It opened up a whole world to her that I could never have given her myself.
How do you feel when you watch him perform?
I feel very proud. Very proud. I send it to my family in Dominican Republic. I put it up on Instagram.
Cuando yo lo veo, yo me emociono mucho cuando él está en una presentación. Y yo le agradezco eso mucho a Harmony Program.
The Harmony program wants to make music education available to all of the city's kids because we believe so strongly in its value.
Every year, the quality gets even higher, and anyone who sees our kids shares the awe that we have and how hard they've worked and how happy they are and how proud they are of the amazing music that they make.